Hi there, welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Dubston, and as always, it's wonderful that you're here with me. And of course, we are here at the beginning of March, so that is our monthly I Ching forecast for March 2025. Goodbye, February. It was a short one. It was packed with amazing adventures as we went through our weeklies. So let us get into this month, into March. As always, before we do that, we have a little bit of a retrospective. We reflect back on what we learned about February, what we worked with, and where our focus was. And we had Hexagram 37, the family, plus we had Hexagram 22, grace, the beautifying and embellishing of things, making things look beautiful and adorning them on the surface. A very interesting combination of energies working with understanding our role in the family, holding the family together, whether that's our work family or our home family or whatever family you find yourself in, is binding ourselves in the hearth, around the table, sharing in the family meal. And that Hexagram 22 grace really coming to teach us how important it is to add the embellishments on top of things that have value. And working with this idea of beautification, whether that is of ourselves or the product we've made or our website or our business or our team, making sure that we understand how important it is to beautify and embellish how things appear. And it was an interesting combination of energies. I really had some interesting insights coming up at the end of February where something really worked, something really nailed it at the end of the month. And it came down to how the product appeared. The branding, the design, that was what got it across the line, okay, and won the deal. And it was such an interesting insight, having shared that with you right at the beginning of February, talking about this Hexagram 22 grace, and there seeing what we need to focus on, make it beautiful, put the effort into the design. And that was what won at the end of the day. So I hope that you've had some interesting insights working with family, right? And with grace and beauty and embellishment and makeovers. Okay, we talked about spring cleaning our homes would be perhaps a theme we were working with. And of course, if anything came up for you working with that in February, do share a comment. We'd love to hear from you. All right, so March 2025. Let us get into what is the I Ching asking us more than anything else as a collective, as an I Ching community. What should we be focusing on more than anything else? And of course, trust your life. You might have a different flow of change that's working through your life right now. Okay, so our first hexagram for March that we are working with, I'm delighted to share with you, is Hexagram 35, progress. We had this hexagram locked in February. So obviously it was starting to ping pong around there, right? Just starting to vibrate and activate in February. And here it is, our first hexagram that we are focusing on in March. This hexagram, we know the story here. We can see quite clearly from the picture, the structure that's created in the hexagram. The bottom trigram is earth, okay, it sinks, right? And the top trigram is fire, the ball of the sun, the ultimate fire rising up, okay, in the sky. Obviously, we understand scientifically that it's not rising in the sky, but you understand what I'm saying, that this is the sun coming up and reaching noon. Okay, the sun coming up and creating gentle, natural progress. The sun does not go, as it goes through its process, neither do we. There's a natural cycle of progress evolving. This brings to mind that there is a wonderful opportunity this month, right, to get somewhere. Now, with this hexagram, the progress and the movement and the expansion is natural, just like the sun rising in the morning is a natural, gentle, consistent process. And we do have to show up. We do have to do the work. We do have to participate in making hay while the sun shines, literally. So a wonderful process that we have been working on things. We have had lots of sticky, difficult energy, and it doesn't mean to say that in March we're not going to have some of those hexagrams just to keep us grounded. But this hexagram says, This is a time where we get involved and we go for it because the progress is there. Okay, it's natural, it's easy, it's gradual, it's just wonderful. The warmth of the sun is with us in March as we work with this wonderful energy. Now we do have one changing line in the third position, and this line therefore breaks our month up into two parts, because you start with progress, you hit the changing line in the third position, and from there you hit the outcome or the second relating hexagram. So it breaks the month up into two parts. So this changing line, just as an exercise in timing, all right, is likely to start building up from the beginning of March and reach its maximum power about the 15th of the month. Okay, just use that as a guideline for your thinking around how do these timings work. And from then we start moving into our second relating hexagram. Okay, line 3 position. This is a line that says the door is open. Okay, the opportunity to make progress is there, and there is support. So it seems like with this line, in order for us to push forward and make that progress from the bottom trigram to the top trigram, we're sitting here at this little chasm about to cross, that we need helpers. We aren't necessarily totally independent. We do need our network. We do need our family and our friends, our community, our team members, our leaders, all right? We need people and we need resources to go through this gap, right, to make the progress we need to do. And there's no indication here that we feel too sad about it. We shouldn't feel sad, all right, that we are dependent on others to move forward, because we are a collective community. In everything we do, we are dependent on other people. You can't separate yourself and put yourself on an island, right? There's dependence and interdependence in part of being in the human family. I mean, just think about the fact that this breath of air I might take, okay, might be the same breath of air containing the same air that Julius Caesar took in. Okay, we're all in a closed system, all right? We are all interconnected. You cannot separate yourself out from the human family, from the planet. Okay, so we make peace with the fact that we need our team and our people. We need support to get where we need to go. And the support is there. People understand what we're doing. They resonate. They want to support. They want to open doors. They want to rally to our cause and work with us and through us. And so there's a lot of support for what we want to do. And therefore, just do it. Okay. A lovely energy for us to work with. And quite nicely that the changing line 3, which sometimes is a sticky line for us, has this kind of crossing element. We are dependent on others to get there, but it's a lovely open energy. We just do it. Okay, so go for it. Our second hexagram working with this energy, okay, we've got one changing line that gives us a second relating flow of change that we are working with in parallel, is hexagram 56, the Wanderer. Okay, we are on new adventures here as well. So when we look at the story, the Wanderer is the traveler who leaves behind something that's known, okay, something that's understood, and goes on an adventure into something new. For some of us, this literally might be physical travel, okay. Maybe an opportunity comes up, a trip comes up, or you have something planned that's really important to you. All right, how to travel well, all the processes around travel, the physicality of it, taken care of and working with that. Okay, so that might be a physical experience for you in March. But for many of us, our idea of this wanderer energy is actually about expanding our consciousness into new areas, trying new things, starting a new product line, opening up a new division, going on a new hobby, all right, going and experiencing new things, going from what we know, the comfort zone, okay, or our home base, and going out in search of the Holy Grail on an adventure to find something new, to find a new level of understanding, a new level of education, a new level of experience, stretching out of what we know and going and experiencing something new. How we travel is really important. How we travel within our own journey of not being arrogant, okay, of being open and aware and taking everything in and learning as much as we can, all right? We have had this example before of like when you go on an adventure to a new culture, do you have the burger and fries or do you try the scorpion sticks? Okay, so it's coming back to us because we have worked with this Wanderer hexagram quite recently. So we go on this new adventure and we say we're going to try new things, and then we must go and try new things. So if it's not immediately apparent to you this month what you're working with these hexagrams, I would encourage you to go and do the things that you really wanted to do. This energy of progress is here to support you moving forward. And this energy of new beginnings, new adventures, new travels out of what you know into something new. Go and take that thing you've always wanted to try, but you haven't tried it because you feel like it's foreign for you, or you want a friend to go with you, or you feel uncomfortable about stepping outside of your comfort zone. This is a wonderful energy this month in March to do that and to be very expanded by that experience. There's nothing quite like traveling to another country to help us to grow up. Right? It's just an incredible experience of learning new cultures, realizing our worldview is not the only way to see the world. There are other people living, parallel universes sometimes it seems. But that process of like going out and going to experience a new culture is just absolutely wonderful. So we see our youth, okay, when they finish their schooling and they want to go and do a gap year, it's an amazing way to grow up, to just broaden our perspective and become wonderfully well-rounded, balanced human beings. Really powerful to travel. So we are on new adventures and we're pushing ourselves to try new things. Maybe even make a list of the top things that you've always wanted to try, to do or experience, and you haven't yet plucked up the courage to do it. There's a wonderful energy working with us this month. Okay, and let's see where we land up at the end of March with this wonderful progress energy, the support of people around us, the door opening, and this new adventure. So keep your eyes and ears open for opportunities that come to you where progress is coupled with a new adventure, a new thing to go and experience and immerse yourself in, the journey and the adventure of life, something new, something exciting, something different, because it brings richness back. When you come back after you've been traveling and you come and you bring that all back with you, you're still you. But now there's a richness and there's a texture and there's color and there's music, okay, and there's scent. There's layers to you, layers to your experience you didn't have before. It's just wonderful. So in this month, let us travel well. Let's be open to new things, okay? Let's be wide-eyed and wondered by the world around us. Let's put in the effort to make the progress and seize the day, okay? Take advantage of this wonderful energy that's helping us to move forward. And let's see where we land up at the end of March when we reflect back in April's overview. Where do we land up in our consciousness, in our lives, in our perspective? Because we've moved forward so dramatically, so beautifully, but so naturally and calmly too. Thank you so much for being here with me for this episode. If you liked or enjoyed the content, please a thumbs up, a like would be really great. It helps. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button on the bell or the follow button on the podcast. You know what to do. And I look forward to getting stuck into March with you as we start getting into our weekly episodes. Until then, take care and thank you for joining me today.